In this video, I'm going to be fixing my problem with my door, not this door. So I put down some new floor in the basement and this door worked out fine. You can see it's got about the right height from the new floor to the bottom of the door. However, I did put in a sliding door as well and its height is not really good. It's fine for the subfloor, but as soon as you drop a piece of actual flooring on top of it, it is gonna definitely hit that. Now you can adjust these doors a little bit. They can adjust up and down. I think that's mainly for leveling the door as opposed to actually moving it for the height of the flooring for the most part. And you can see definitely that that door is gonna collide with the floor and actually needs to come up quite a bit. And in fact, it needs to come up more than you can adjust the door. So I am gonna have to trim this door. However, trimming a door is actually pretty easy. And I'm gonna trim it about the exact thickness of the floor. And I'm gonna do that using this little circular saw jig that I made up myself. You can get commercially made versions of this, but this one was pretty cheap and easy to make. I'll put a link in a video on how I made it as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the height of the floor and I'm just going to add about 1/8 of an inch on top of that, and that'll account for any of the padding and stuff that I put down. So this will be good once I've actually finished the floor. And as well, so these floating floors, they don't always sit dead flat on the floor, so it'll allow for a little bit of movement or a little bit of bounce on the floor. So I'm going to just score a line across the bottom of the door where I want to cut it. And like I said, they do make cutting jigs. What I like about this homemade cutting jig is you can go at funny angles. So if this is obviously just a straight across the bottom cut, if you had something that was not a straight across the bottom cut, you could just angle this jig and then clamp it in place just like I did there. Now this is a solid door, or at least I initially thought it was solid. But if you're going to do a hollow core door, you really need to be careful at how much you're cutting off, because you actually might cut off the solid edge around the hollow core door, and that might mess things up. So anyway, I do take the circular saw and I just run it down the length of the jig, just like that, and the bottom falls off. And you can see it is a solid door, but in the center of this thing, it is like a press board or a chipboard inside, which I did not know. I thought it was just solid chunks of wood in there, but apparently it is not. But that's fine. It won't really change anything. And all the screws are in the top anyway, so that bottom piece is just hanging out. Off camera, I did put the door back in its track, and then it's gonna look just like that. So right now it looks a little bit stupid. You can fit your whole hand under there. That's a little bit excess of what's required. But I do have a fairly thin padding that goes down, and then once you slide the flooring under, it's about right. I don't use like an exact measurement, but it's about the height of my index finger. So if I try to jam all my fingers under there, it'd be tight. Index finger's good to go. Like I said, that'll allow a little bit of movement for the foam pad, and then obviously it's a floating floor, so if you've walked on them, there is a little bit of a bounce, so they don't sit like deadly flat against the floor like this board is right now. It'll allow it to rise up 1/16 of an inch, and there's not going to be issues with the door binding up. And obviously, if you want to go at an angle, if you made your own custom circular saw jig, you could actually cut it at a slight angle as well. If there's something up with your floor and you want the door either to match in the frame or to match on the floor. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.